In a world like ours, teeming with over 7.8 billion people, a world where you can easily get lost in the shuffle, a blend isn't always the key. There's always a need to stand out. Something has to set you apart from the fold. Something has to influence your life chart from just being labeled as a statistic to being a significant figure. And you know what? That something isn't far-flung, but within. In the spirit of this, I'll be speaking on this $64 question, which I have titled, "What is your selling point?" Just so you know, I came intentional with an inspiring and enlightening mouth. I came for everybody today, but particularly for these 11 sets of people that I would be outlining and giving a brief summary of their personalities. Number one on my list, I have the slackers. These are people who are work shy. They are the uniquely lazy set of people who revere in sponging off people. People that are accustomed to words like, I get careless, took away, now they use. Major, give me carries and take hope at tea. Constant. So don't less for the wicked. Rest okay. God now shame us. It's okay, bro. Beggars Club of Nigeria. I came for you. Number two on my list, I have the bandwagon. These are people with a head mentality. They are crowd pleasers. They don't have a mind of their own. They do things like sheep and are swayed by trends. These ones, they never beat their own paths in life. They prefer to just follow other people's trails. Follow them people. I came for you today. Number three on my list, I've got Martyrs. So these ones, they always view life with blue lenses. They believe that their lives are unfortunate, that God probably made them as an afterthought. For them, every bad thing happening in their lives is either a divine conspiracy or a hunt from passion. Their catchphrase is usually, life is unfair. They stop their faces in pity, and when they dish out sob stories and you give them pitiful words, oh boy, they are good to go. Very, very good to go. Matter. Number four, I have the uninformed. These are people who are still in the dark as the reason for their existence. Some of them are still under the fetters of ignorance. Some doubt. And why some others? Illiteracy. The uninformed. Number five, I've got spectators. These ones are the monitoring spirits of our time. And under spectators, I've got three subdivisions. Number one, I have the silent committee. These are people who never get involved in the activities of life. They are very passive. They come into the arena of life, abandoning their own lives to watch other people's lives from the sidelines. And at the end of the day, they leave unnoticed. Silent committee, aka ghost watchers. Number two category under spectators, I've got cheerleaders. These ones, they come into the arena of life, abandoning their own lives to watch other people's lives from the sidelines in order to just pour them on. You see them, they're always there. Riding sis, I see you, up you. Bro, now you be. Riding sir, now you be. You know, you see them from the gallery, they're publicists. Like, star guy, he's good. A good guy. He hot. He hot as a fire. Ride on, man. Ride on, sir. You keep their own under until you keep it up. They store their lives and tell you, ride on. Cheerleaders, aka supporters club of the nation. I came for you. Number three category, under spectators, I've got cheerleaders. These ones are modern day witches, so they come into the arena of life, abandoning their own lives to watch other people's lives from the sidelines in order to highlight their weaknesses and strategize ways to bring them down. Modern day witches. Number six category of persons I came for today are the Refuseniks. You see, these ones, they don't give a thought about their gift. They are very stubborn to a fault. Of course, they know they are gifted. But they prefer their gifts going to waste. You telling them to utilize what they have is more like water off the duck's back. I think people in this category forget categorically that not utilizing their talent is tantamount to shooting themselves in the foot. Refuseniks. Number 7, that's the shrinking violet. These ones are backward in coming forward. They are the very shy ones. I fall in this category. Yes. So there's a fellow feeling. I quite understand the fear of the public eye, the pulsating heartbeat, the quivering hands, the unsteady voice. But there's always a need to come out from the shadows of shyness and embrace one's essence. Always a need. Number 8 on my list, I've got the quitters. See these ones? They are always in a hurry to give up. They lack the patience to stay the course. Quitters. Number 9, I have comparers. These ones are always matching their lives, their achievements, their talents, their potential with others. They're never content in their spaces. And in no time, jealousy, competition, frustration end up wearing them down. Comparers. Number 10, I have procrastinators. So this one's future dates always appeal to them. You hear things like, I will do it tomorrow, later, or some other time. Before they wake up from their slumber, or when they finally wake up from their slumber, they'll be so much surprised how much their lives have taken the expense. Number 11, the last on my list, I have Spentforces. So these ones, I call them set I want you to be. Early retirees that have now become vegetables. People who take pride in past glory. You have things like, do you know the positions I've held? By His grace, only by His grace. So, I was the one-time CEO, president of by His grace, so and so. Auntie, uncle, what are you right now? I told them before, Kukuma not be property. You see, after this words today, you will leave that realm of used to be and embrace being in use. I'll be asked this again. What is your selling point? Or better still, what are your selling points? What is the very stuff you're made up of? Wherein lies your uniqueness? I want you to have a listen to this. You see, every man was born great, but not every man will achieve greatness. You know why? Because having the properties of greatness is just quarter the battle. You as an individual have a crucial role to play in its manifestation. You see, first off, you have to be in the know of what you possess, which can only be made possible from a place of detailed self-analysis. Then activation of what you carry is the real deal. Oh, come on. Do you know what activation does? It's that key that opens your door of potential and takes you through a passage of a whole new discovery. But a lot of us have missed it. Some of us are still stuck in the unrealization web, while some of us have realized our giftings but we refuse to activate them. Just so you know, God will not do for you that which He's giving you capacity to do for yourself. In His mercy, He can appeal to your senses. He can speak to you, show you, direct you, lay a prompting in your heart, or even bring helpers your way. But come on, He will not do your job for you. I don't know if there's someone within the sound of my voice feeling my gist right now. You see, every man has a prize in him to be won if only he's conscious of that fact and willingly decides to pay the price. Every man will achieve a fast pace if only he finds his rightful space and decides to take his place. Every man, not just some men, but every man. It's time we had the sense to embrace our essence. I think it's about time. You know, in beggars believe how we see a man's creation, and then we tag as standard. But we see God's creation, our very lives, and think of it as substandard. I want you to know, irrespective of your present circumstances, be it your background, your gender, your present financial status, your physical structure, whether you are able or disabled, beautiful or ugly, tall or short, come on now. You are a purpose and valuable person. He says creating you was his dream come true. In other words, you are God's reality, a carrier of his vision and identity. It's not right on you to look inwards at the heavy-duty gifts deposited within and make you come true. Till life is a commercial center. Transactions happen on a daily. If you lock your potential, my God, sweet Christ, you lose your bargaining chip. Mind you, no man, no matter how blessed, wants a liability. It's always value for value, value for value. I will ask someone again, within the sound of my voice, to ask him or herself this question: what is my selling point? You know, I remember a few years ago when I used to wallow in self-pity and inferiority complex. When I would tag God as a blatantly partial God, because I constantly deluded myself to think that he forgot me in his talent endowment scheme. After I didn't know what I had to offer at that time, and did not see the possibility that I would have anything to offer to my society. And so I would get on my soapbox and become sore when one seeming ITK will come and say, everyone is gifted. You just need to discover yours. You know me, I'm like, come off it. I'm a walking example that I didn't gift everyone. I mean, you only go on a voyage of discovery when there's a presence of deposits. They didn't give me. So going on that journey would only be a hopeless venture. And you know, at that time, I actually met few great persons who told me that I could write and I could speak, but their words didn't hold water. Then after some few more years of travaging, I one day cast my mind back to those years when I would debate in school and people would be held spellbound. When I would use big words that brought in their wake resounding applause. You know, right from my teenage days, I've always had a bent for words. When I see words, I see prospects. So I was asking myself, could this be it? But debate isn't a gift. And then something told me, it's not in a debate, oh. It's the power in the spoken word. It's the gift of persuasion. Use it. I wasn't fully convinced, but I decided to make a stab at it. And so I got a book, and for once started to pen down my thoughts. At first it was a hash log. I had blocks. I couldn't string lines together to make sense, but I kept at it. And in no time, I saw how my lines metamorphosed into a page into pages. And today I have to stanch my stream of consciousness so that my writings not get spot out. And see, for the speaking aspect, it has brought that still very shy and reserved girl standing on this podium today. That's the power of activation. Today I can tell you, there may not be as pretty as a picture. I may not be the most shapely in the pack. But if there's one God fact I know about me, it's the fact that I am gifted and talented. I'm happy with your keep out. As for those of you who are still out there confused about your purpose in life, I think it's about time you went back to your drawing tables and asked yourself some salient questions. Questions like, what really makes you tick? What ignites your passion? Aside from the opposite sex, what are you so crazy about? For some of you, you just need to believe and give it a try. Some of you just need to stop your ears from the crowd and for once follow your heart. Why some of you, you need to stop despising, because what you despise, you can't recognize. You know, a lot of us have blunted our talents by commonizing them as trust. Oh, we say it's just drawing and nothing special. But we forget that some persons can't even draw to save their lives. We say it's just dancing, it's just singing, it's just speaking, it's just writing, it's just the ability to crisp people up. But we forget that some persons can't even do it for a toffee. And because we've labeled these things as just, we let them go to rust, and at the end of the day, we'll find ourselves lost. You see, that talent, it doesn't need to be eye-catching. What it just needs is for it to be heartfelt. Let your passion drive you. It doesn't necessarily have to put you on the big screen or on the small screen. But in as much as it can put a beam of smile on your face and can lighten the darkness of others, then oh boy, it's no longer a just but a must. Let a light in you radiate on full beam. Don't get lost in the Bermuda Triangle of unfulfillment and waste. It's the people who have lived to tell that tale, tell it in regrets. Life is so short to stop your possibilities short. Your gift tag is way too valuable to sell short. I don't want to trespass on your time, so I'll be rounding off right now. But I want you to take this home before I step down from this podium. Because if you end up failing in life, it wasn't because God failed you. No, you failed you. You, the carrier of the vision, let the vision down. You didn't let God's designation for your life become your reality. You didn't allow God's designation for your life become the reality. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Don't forget to end police brutality.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching that very short